Good Wednesday evening, everyone. It is March 1st already, and we have some winter weather to talk about. We have severe weather to talk about. We have severe weather ongoing tonight already. Flooding rains is coming as well across portions of the area. There's heavy snow out west. Flagstaff, Arizona has already gotten 15 plus inches of snow already just from this storm. Very low elevation snows all the way down to Tucson, Arizona as well. And this is the main energy that's coming east for this major severe weather outbreak tomorrow. Tonight is just a precursor of what's coming tomorrow and Friday across the area. Now, if you are on YouTube, hit that thumbs up button. And if you have not subscribed, it is free. Hit that subscribe button. Push the all on notifications, and you will get notified every time we post content or go live on YouTube. If you're on Facebook, hit that like button. Share this with your friends and family. The more the merrier. We need to get the word out there for everyone, so we can try to keep them as safe as possible and know when this stuff is going to hit, when the severe weather is going to hit next few days, so they're aware of what's going to be happening. All right. Also, comment where you're from as well on Facebook and YouTube. Of course, everything that I just told you helps with algorithms as well. Also, if you want to support us and the work we do for you all on Facebook, be a link in the subscription. And if you're on YouTube, you can hit that join button, and there's different levels of ways you can support us on there to support the work we do for you all. Facebook, it's $4.99 a month, $4.99 a month. It is cheaper than your Frappuccino that you get at Starbucks every day. So $4.99 a month gets you long-term weather, long range updates, other additional content, your own discussion Facebook hub as well. We go over a lot of things in there. Also, we do giveaways, first dibs at any seasonal content, and we have, like I said, we have a hurricane outlook coming up as well by the middle to the late part of this month. So a lot is going on. To the supporter hub, come on over. It's like I said, it's $4.99 a month, and that really supports us in the work we do for you all. All right, let's get into it. As always, let's start out with the hazards map across the area. We have a tornado watch basically from southern Arkansas through northern Mississippi. One just got issued probably about an hour ago across northern Alabama to southern parts of Tennessee. The rest of this towards the west, Arkansas to Mississippi to southwestern parts of Tennessee, I believe goes until 10 o'clock. They may be extending this shortly. I know the one in Alabama, I believe, goes until 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. So stay weather aware. Have a way to get warnings in this area. Up here, flash flood watches basically from southeastern parts of Oklahoma all the way through most of Arkansas, southern Missouri, parts of western Tennessee, western Kentucky, southern Illinois. 2 to 4 inches of rain is possible over the next few days, possibly 5 to 6 inches in a few spots. Like I said, we're going to have some flash flooding problems as we go through the rest of the week in this area, and the ground is absolutely saturated through this area already. So it's not going to take much for some flash flooding to occur, and streams and lakes and rivers will get filled up pretty quickly as we go through the end of the week. Here's the apparent storm system that's going to come out and basically deliver a big dry punch into this very warm and humid air mass across Texas, far southern Oklahoma, and through the deep south as we go tomorrow into Friday. We do have a storm system, a little wave of coming across this basically this warm front that's trying to push north across this area. And this is why we have severe weather ongoing today. All right. All right, so let's go over tornado watches. This is a tornado watch that goes until 2 a.m. tomorrow morning. A couple of strong tornadoes possible, EF2 or greater. Hail size of ping pong balls, up to the size of ping pong balls. Wind scattered gusts up to 70 miles per hour, and over 1.5 million people are affected. This is basically from Russellville, Alabama, over to Decatur, Huntsville, Alabama, down to Jasper, up to Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, Shelbyville, Winchester, and Columbia. All these areas have a potential of a couple strong tornadoes out there, and there's already some severe weather ongoing, especially across far northwestern parts of Alabama. And we will look at radar here in just a minute. All right, here is a tornado watch. Goes to 10 o'clock. They have trimmed this back over here in Texas and Oklahoma, but the rest of this area is still under the gun. A few tornadoes are likely. Hail scattered up to apples size with some of these storms, and wind scattered gusts up to 70 miles an hour likely across this area. And I do expect them to possibly extend this tornado warning out as we're getting to almost 9 o'clock central, or after 9 o'clock now across the area. So let's see what the Storm Prediction Center is saying about that here in just a second. All right, here is the risk for the rest of this evening. Enhanced risk across southern parts of Arkansas over towards northern parts of Mississippi, southwestern parts of Tennessee. Slight risk around that ring, and then marginal risk all the way back into Texas and all the way northwest or northeast, all the way up into southern parts of Ohio, most of Kentucky, and into western North Carolina. Here's tornado risk. Like I said, there's a hatched area here. Like I said, southeastern parts of Arkansas, northern parts of Mississippi. All right, here is the risk area for tomorrow. Moderate risk out for basically Tyler, Texas, to the eastern part of Dallas, all the way through northeastern parts of Texas, over to Texarkana, Arkadelphia, Hot Springs, right on the edge of Pine Bluff, and just to the northwest of Monroe, Louisiana, and Shreveport, El Dorado as well. Moderate risk here. The outskirts of here is enhanced. I would expect further changes overnight from the Storm Prediction Center. I will have another update for you in the morning, so watch for that. If you don't see a post on Facebook, please search for me, especially by mid-morning. I will have an update for you. All right. So, very busy day. Going to be coming tomorrow. Enhanced risk: Dallas, Fort Worth, Denton, Sherman, Durant, Oklahoma, down to Waco, College Station, Lufkin, over towards Monroe, Louisiana, Alexandria, up to Little Rock, Conway, Searcy, then over toward Memphis, Greenville, Oxford, Mississippi, down to Jackson, Mississippi as well, all under enhanced risk tomorrow. Slight risk, basically from Jonesboro to just on the south side of Mountain Home here, Marshall, Fort Smith, McAllister, Oklahoma, and to Wichita Falls, Graham, west side of Abilene, Texas, Austin, Houston, Beaumont, just north of Baton Rouge. You get all the way over to Tupelo, Mississippi, and northwestern parts of Tennessee. Slight risk of severe weather for tomorrow. All right, so basically, like tomorrow is going to be a regional severe thunderstorm outbreak. It appears likely across parts of the southern plains into the Arklatex and the Mississippi regions, Thursday to Thursday night. Strong tornadoes, EF2 or greater, widespread damaging wind, 70 to 80 miles per hour possible, and large hail, all expected tomorrow. So here's the tornado risk. across the area. Big, huge, hatched, significant, severe, possible in that black hatched area. That's where the strong tornadoes will most likely be, EF2 or greater in this area. From basically southern half of Arkansas through northern parts of Louisiana, through northeastern parts of Texas. 15%. The red here, 15% likelihood of seeing a tornado within a 25-mile radius at any given point in that red area. The yellow is a 10% risk area, and the brown's 5%, and the green is 2% across this area. So here's the wind risk. Significant wind risk is likely as well. 45% chance of seeing winds of at 70, 80 plus miles per hour. We're talking hurricane force winds possible across this area. We're going to have like I said, we're going to have a big dry punch of air come in, meet with this very warm and humid air mass, and it's going to set the stage for a nice dry line coming through. Initially, probably some supercells out of ahead of it. Then a squall line will develop, and then supercells will develop out ahead of that squall line, and that's where those bigger hailers and tornadoes will occur across this area. Here's a hail risk, significant hail risk, especially out in just west of Dallas, over towards Abilene. Dallas is under the gun for big time hail of at least probably 2 inches in diameter, which is hen eggs. So like I said yesterday, 1.75 or 1 3/4 inch hail is golf balls, and you get above 2 inches, it's about tennis balls or so. About 2 1/4 is tennis balls. So big time hail possible across northeastern parts of Texas into southwestern parts of Arkansas into far southern parts of Oklahoma. Right here is radar at the moment. Like I said, we got some thunderstorms already ongoing with a couple tornado warnings here as well. We have 1 tornado warning out and 2 severe thunderstorm warnings out across this area, basically of southeastern parts of Arkansas into northern parts of Alabama. So this is basically, let's zoom in on this real quick. This expires in 24 minutes, but radar indicated hail up to 1.5 inches in diameter there. And then you get over towards just west of Huntsville, hail up to size of 3/4 of an inch and winds up to 60 miles per hour across this area. So Huntsville, watch out probably the next hour or so. Right around 10 o'clock, probably you'll start seeing some storms roll in. Here's the 00Z HRRR. Can anybody tell me where the warm front is this evening? My goodness. You can see a sharp cutoff 60s, 70-degree dew points along the Gulf Coast. And then you get just north of there, it's northern Arkansas, dew points drop off into the 30s and 40s. And even back here in Oklahoma and back in the 20s here for dew points. Dallas, you're basically southwest of town, you're in the soupiness. And then you go northwest of town, dew points are in the upper 30s. So a big range of heat and humidity basically over basically a few miles, 20, 30 miles here over this area. And we go throughout tomorrow, and this warm front's going to try to lift north. Here comes this big dry punch of air that's going to run right into all this heat and moisture. It's going to set the stage for some big time thunderstorms. And big question mark is how far north this warm front will get, because south of there, big time tornado risk is going to be coming in. So you can already see with this big dry punch coming in, you can already see a curvature basically of this. So there's going to be some major big time straight line winds come through this area with supercells out ahead of it, like I said. And man, you're going to get some hurricane force wind gusts at least across parts of Texas into Louisiana, southern Arkansas as well. Take a brief look at this is significant tornado perimeters and how much shear is available. And as we go into tomorrow morning, it's already way high before this storm kicks out. And then as you can see where this big dry line is, look at all this shear that's coming across the area. So significant tornado parameters are pretty high across basically southeastern quarter of Texas. And then this really gets going across southwestern parts of Arkansas, most of Louisiana, as we get into tomorrow night. And then it really ramps up around 9 to 10 o'clock tomorrow night. So I'm telling you, have a way to get warnings because a lot of you will probably be going to sleep around this time with severe weather trying to roll in. You need to have something that wakes you up. Make sure you keep your phone charged. Make sure if you have that NOAA weather radio, make sure that battery is fresh in it, because if you have a power outage, you still have a way to get you warnings across the area here. All right, future radar here. So you can see these storms ongoing tomorrow morning across this, basically where the warm front's at. Might have a few severe storms in the morning, but really stuff starts getting going around 10 o'clock or so, this north of the warm front in Oklahoma, and it's really going to start blossoming. And here comes some possible supercell development around 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon across central Texas, and snow on the backside here into New Mexico. Getting to 2 o'clock tomorrow, they really start expanding across Texas, just to the southwest of Dallas. So I'm expecting around the Dallas area, probably 2 to 4 p.m. tomorrow. You're really going to get hammered. And then the line of storms will come roaring through as we go through probably the evening rush hour across Dallas area. Heavy, heavy rain across southern eastern parts of Oklahoma with some severe weather as well. And then this thing really gets a squall line going, basically from central Arkansas all the way through Texas here. You can see where the Boeing segments are here in Arkansas. Cuts back in, then bows back out here in Texas. There's going to be very heavy winds. And some of these inflow notches, there's going to be embedded tornadoes within this line as well. Like I said, significant tornado parameters are pretty high for tomorrow, and that's a lot of the reason why Storm Prediction Center has the risk out the way they do for tomorrow. So this is 8 o'clock tomorrow night, 9, 10. Lots and lots of heavy rain up here in the hills of the Ozarks, and it doesn't take much for it to flash flood up there. So watch out up here in southern Missouri into northern half of Arkansas, possible eastern parts of Oklahoma as well. Lots of rain coming. Like I said, 2 to 4 inches, possibly 5 to 6 is locally possible across this area. And then here comes the apparent upper low. We have snow back here in western parts of Texas possible. And then this thing starts cranking up. And then here comes this line of storms. This is 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m. And then the atmosphere kind of reloads for Friday. And then here comes the apparent low. Look at all the snow breaking out across northern parts of Missouri, Kansas City, over towards eastern Kansas, and then it's trying to change over to snow here into southern Missouri, into Springfield, possibly. And then the severe weather is starting to get its act together by mid-morning out here across Tennessee, Kentucky, possibly into Alabama. Let me get to the east view here, so you guys can see a little bit more. All right, so like I said, north of the warm front, very heavy rain, snow possible, heavy snow possible at that. And then this thing gets out of here, and then more severe weather possible across Georgia into the Carolinas on Friday. Okay. So how much snow we talking here? Let's take a peek here. So HRRR is painting out an inch to 3 inch, 1 to 3 inches basically across Missouri, maybe some locally higher amounts across northern Missouri. Then as you get towards central Illinois through northern Indiana into northern parts of Ohio, I remember I had somebody say that winter is basically over in northern Ohio yesterday. Well, we'll see about that. Southern Michigan as well with some snow. Now let's go look at the latest NAM here. Maybe the 00Z's out. Should be out by now. So here's future radar on the NAM too. Look at this nasty squall line and possible supercells out ahead of it on the NAM. This is midnight tomorrow, so this is lagging just a little bit further west than the HRRR. But like I said, a lot of these storms are going to come after dark tomorrow and after you go to sleep. So have a way to get warnings. You have to have a way to get warnings because these storms are going to mean business. Now it's starting to change this over to snow here in Oklahoma across, this is about 6 a.m. on Friday morning. Then it rapidly changes to snow across, even this thing's changing to snow in the northwestern parts of Arkansas, northeastern Oklahoma, southwest Missouri, as we go into mid-morning on Friday. And snow wrapping back into possibly Harrison, Fayetteville, Bentonville area, over towards Springfield, Missouri, up towards Kansas City and Burlington, Iowa, possible. Man, I tell you what, the models are struggling with this track, this low, but it has a pretty good dumping of snow across western Missouri through southeastern parts of Iowa into northern Illinois on this model run at least. You can see that this track is a lot different than the HRRR. So, and then the global models, they're all over the place too. So, look, I mean, we're 24 to 30 hours out of this storm trying to come out, and there is no real model that has a good track on this. And that's why you're not seeing any winter storm watches or winter advisories out for this either yet, because there's a lot of uncertainty on what is going to happen with the storm system, how fast it ejects, how slow it comes across. And there's a lot of different discrepancies on timing as well. So, like I said, just stay tuned on that. But like I said, the main player here is going to be the significant severe weather that's coming across the region. So, know where to go when sheltering from a tornado. This is going to be very important. You guys need to have a plan in place. Hopefully you guys already have a plan in place with already living, especially in Dixie Alley, through the South. We're used to severe weather. You need to have a plan in place of where you're going to go and where you're going to protect your family when a tornado comes, okay? So if you have a basement, quickly move to your basement. Bring your emergency supply kit with you. The basement is where you want to be when you are sheltering from a tornado. If you do not have a basement, move to an interior room with no windows. The more walls you get between you and the outside of the house, the better. Okay? Exterior rooms and rooms with windows will not protect you when a tornado comes. Okay? Interior room, have the most walls between you and the outside as possible. Okay? And if you have a 2-story or higher, do not be in those top floor rooms. They will not protect you at all. Okay? And then outside, there's no really good place. No place is safe from a tornado outside. All right? So, need to have a plan in place. Need to talk with your family, where they're going to be, if you're not there, what's going to happen with your family? Will they know where to go? You need to talk with them and know what's happening. Preparedness is key, so you're not panicking when storms approach. Okay? And I've heard this saying a lot. Don't be scared, be prepared. That's probably the best scenario you need to be. So have a plan, share it with your family, kind of maybe do a little practice one on where to go in case a tornado is coming into your area. All right, let's do a recap now. Regional severe weather outbreak tomorrow. Moderate risk out for Shreveport, Mesquite, Texas, Tyler, Texas, Longview, over towards just east of Dallas Metro, basically in the suburbs there. So Texarkana as well, up towards Hot Springs, just southwest of Little Rock, moderate risk. Enhanced risk, Dallas, Texas, Memphis, Dallas, Fort Worth, basically Memphis, Tennessee, Arlington, Texas, Plano, Greenville, Mississippi, down towards Jackson, Mississippi, Monroe, Louisiana, up towards Little Rock, over towards southeastern Oklahoma as well. There is a lot of people under the gun tomorrow, and you can see, if you include the marginal risk here, there's 11, 22, 34, about 36, 37 million people under the gun tomorrow for severe weather. So share this post. We got to get this information out there so everybody knows where and what's going to happen possibly tomorrow. And got to be prepared. Just have to be prepared. Talk with your family, have a plan in place, know where you're going to go when severe weather strikes. Now, let alone, we have that significant tornado risk, but I'm telling you, when this squall line comes through as well, you're going to have 80, 90 plus mile an hour winds possible in spots with this squall line. So hurricane force winds is possible with this squall line coming through as well, especially when you get some of these Boeing segments that come out with it. With this squall line. So tomorrow afternoon through tomorrow night is going to be rough across the area. So, like I said, get prepared, have a plan in place, and know where to go when a tornado strikes. Stay weather aware. I'll have some updates for you tomorrow morning. But otherwise, hunker down, have a plan. I can't say this enough. Have a plan in place to know what to do and where to go and how to keep your family safe during a tornado. Okay? Have a way to get warnings tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be rough. We do have severe weather ongoing tonight, not to diminish that. And then let's go look at, this is Friday's risk as well across the southeast. Big time slight risk area across the southeast. Basically most of Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina into North Carolina, Western Tennessee, and into southeastern parts of Kentucky for Friday. And all modes will be possible that day as well. All right. Stay safe, everyone. Like I said, have a way to get warnings and have a plan in place and know what to do when a tornado comes. Don't be scared. Be prepared. That's the way it should be. Okay. All right. Have a great evening, everyone, and stay safe, please. Stay safe tonight. Stay safe for the next few days.